right, so today we're discussing the latest album from Shock Narcotic with guitarist Jeff Tuttle. Jeff, how are we doing today, man?
Doing well. Thank you. Glad to be
Well,
here.
yep, you guys got a tremendous album out. I'll tell you, man, when the band dropped the debut album, I have seen the future, and it doesn't work. No shit, by the way. I was floored, man. I mean, the chaotic guitars on Mutually Beneficial Subterfuge, and then the sludginess of an Obsession Supreme. I mean, it's just so much variety and just so fucking heavy, dude. Loved it.
Oh yeah, man. That's what we go for.
That had to be a fun one to set out.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, both records, I think, started out from different sort of vantage points. The first record, I mean, we formed as a band, wrote and recorded all that so quickly, and then kind of did the opposite. It took 6 years for this new record to come out, which was kind of wild. I mean, that was definitely was never the intention, but a global pandemic has a way of slowing things down, I suppose.
It affected so much shit, and I mean the band members are busy. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys all have other bands. So, what was the mindset going into the second album, or did it differentiate at all from the first album?
Yeah, I mean, the intention always was to take a bit more time with the second record. Like I said, the first one, I mean, the first one very much was like, let's just kind of have a stream of consciousness type of writing process where we're not putting too much thought into it. Some of the songs I would literally press record and just riff and see what came out.
Nice.
And I had never really approached writing in that fashion. It was always getting in a room for hours upon end and banging it out with bandmates and maybe coming out with 30 seconds worth of usable material.
Right.
So it was the first time sort of writing in the studio. And by the studio, I mean my living room.
Okay.
Uh, um, yeah, we all kind of recorded our own parts at home, came and then brought everything together.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, in the studio. Um, Also was something new for me and never really done anything like that. Um, so with the second record, wanted to kind of keep that style where everybody's, um, you know, doing their thing on their own, recording wise. Wanted to sit with the riffs a little bit longer and let them breathe and kind of experiment a little bit more. Um, Never intended for 6 years to go by, but
Right.
I am pretty terrible when it comes to working without deadlines.
Okay. Yeah. When,
Uh,
when your back's against the wall, you know you got to get it done. So just knock it out and call it a day.
exactly,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. So yeah, without that, without it, it's great because yeah, you can spend time, you can try things, see what works, see what doesn't work. Um, but at the same time, seeing what doesn't work and seeing what does work, like the possibilities are infinite, so it um it can spiral out of control very quickly.
Does it start with your riffs and you send them to the guys and they build off of that, or do you just get bits and pieces from each member and then you try to fit it all together like a puzzle?
So with this band, I write all the music.
Okay.
So it so the songwriting process generally is, yeah, starting with a guitar riff, or sometimes I'll come up with a drum beat, a pattern or something like that first, and then kind of fit a riff to that. So, those are generally the two paths that I take, and then they get sent off to the other guys so they can put their personality to it.
Oh, cool. Very
Yeah.
cool. Well, the new album is My Flesh is Afraid, But I Am Not, out now on Housecore Records. What inspired the album title? It's pretty interesting.
Um, the first record um, was a movie quote, um, a bit of an obscure one. And the second one also, it comes from the movie The Seventh Seal.
Okay.
So going forward, I think we're going to kind of take some obscure movie quotes that kind of fit the theme of the record. Um, the theme of both records really is kind of dystopian type future stuff. Um, and luckily, in the horror genre, which we all love, there's no shortage of dystopian future quotes to choose from. So,
Hell yeah, man. How about lyrically? Does Shawn write lyrics, or do you come up with the lyrics as well?
nope, Shawn does all the lyrics and the art direction, because he's a fantastic artist. So he kind of takes the reins for both of those, and just does a killer job with it.
He has such an ability because his vocals themselves are so vicious,
Yeah.
and he writes lyrics that match that perfectly.
Hmm.
It just like I said, it just is so heavy, and it just really, I think, what he's singing about is echoed by the way he sings it, if that makes sense,
Oh, for sure. For sure. Absolutely. Um, and if you're familiar with Child Bite, uh, one of Sean's other bands, um, you know, similar delivery, but definitely taking the brutality and just like, yeah, the grit in the voice um to a completely different level. Even the Zach Ships, who mixed and mastered this record, who's very familiar, has worked with Sean like many times. When Sean went in to lay down some vocals, he kind of turned to Sean and was like, "I didn't know you could do that."
yeah.
Which I thought, which
He's
was
crazy, man. I mean, all right, so my child bite story, I interviewed Phil up in Allentown, PA, 2015, I think it was, with Superjoint. And it
mm,
was Superjoint and Child Bite. And I can't remember. I think King Parrot. Yeah, King Parrot was on the bill also, all housecore. And first time seeing Child Bite, and absolutely freaking blew me away. And right after their set, I went to their merch table and I bought every CD they had because it was
nice.
just like I'm like, this is fucking. I need to know more about this band. So when I saw, wait a second, man, he's with Shock Narcotic now too, and like the lineup. I mean, come on, for this album you have Adam Jarvis, who, Pig Destroyer, we know, but also his work with Scour. I mean, he,
Sure.
he
Yeah.
he's so intense on the drums, and I love Don Slater. I mean, his work with Battlecross. I interviewed Don in Philadelphia pre-show one time, and just the coolest dude. And I mean, the four of you guys, did you guys know each other? Did you guys just know each other from maybe crossing over the road? I mean, how did the band get together for this one?
Sean was the common denominator.
Okay.
Sean and I go way back. We've we've been talking about doing a band for, many years. For whatever reason, it never happened until he came to me and he was like, "Look, I know these guys. With the first record, it was Zach Gibson, um, who's also an amazing drummer.
Sure.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, from
Black
his,
Dahlia. Yeah.
yeah, Black Dahlia. He's and Shit Life. If you haven't heard Shit Life, you should.
I'm gonna go check it out for sure.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean they're just like uh super fast grind.
Wow.
Two piece, just drums and
Really?
guitar. Yep.
How cool is that, man? Shit life. I'm gonna check
Yeah,
that out.
super brutal.
Nice.
Um, yeah, so Sean. Shawn was like, I really think that the four of us could do something cool together. And I'm gonna have to agree because it's been such a good time playing with these guys. And um, personally, I've been in all different kinds of bands, but never had the opportunity to do anything like what we've done with Shock Narcotic. So, um, yeah, it's been awesome.
That's so cool, man. Obviously one of the things that I notice is the length of the songs. I mean, bands do that. I know several bands where the song lengths are shorter, not the norm of, 3 to 4 or 5 minutes. Although I'm sure that with the talent behind this band, you guys could, do 7, 8, 9 minute songs. What's the thought process behind doing the short, quick hits and going on to the next one?
Well, with the first record, which we started writing like 2018, 2019. Um, I love this story, and I really wish that it could have worked out. Back in the day when Instagram had, you can only post videos up to a minute long. So my
Okay.
idea, because we had talked about like, let's do like something like Napalm Death-ish, like super fast, super heavy.
Yeah.
Um, I was like, let's do all the songs under a minute and let's release the entire thing on Instagram. Just
Wow. Bro,
um
come on.
it's been funny, right?
Wow.
So like, you know, 3/4 of the way through the writing process is when Instagram started doing the reels,
Okay,
which
yeah.
I don't even know like what the time length is there, but it was definitely way more than a minute. So I was like, there goes that idea. Like the novelty is kind of a bit lost. So
So
uh,
awesome though.
yeah, I think it would have been really, I
Hell
don't know,
yeah, it would have.
it would have been funny.
Yeah.
Um, um, so yeah, definitely coming from, a love of bands like Napalm Death and stuff. I think like Flesh Parade was thrown out there, a few others, but those are always the jumping off point. And then um, there's a feeling out process too when you're working with new people. And once we kind of locked into like what it could be, that first record did happen super fast.
Right.
And with the second one, knowing kind of like, okay, this is what works well. This is what I'd like to expand on. This is like maybe not do so much of this kind of stuff. Um, just kind of honed in on the possibilities of what we could do, and um, just kind of looking to expand the sound, take things in some different directions, stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's a handful of songs that are, shorter. I think Burial maybe is the shortest, the album closer. Yeah, and there's some that get around the 3 minute mark, a few more than the first record.
Yeah, there's a couple. Yep.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I think for Record Store Day, you guys put out like one 20-minute song and just freak everybody out, man. That'd be cool as hell.
right, right.
Wait a minute, who is this?
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah,
the album opens up with the short one, "To Kill for Nothing," and I mean, what a furious track! I mean, Don's bass is just so mean, and the way it matches your guitars, it brings that low end really really strong, man. I really dig it a
sure.
lot. Yeah,
I mean, Don is like, um, yeah, I don't know many people that can play the way that he does. And he makes it seem so effortless. Um, yeah, and I was, obviously being from Michigan, was familiar with Battlecross, but getting to know Don and really getting to just watch him play and just like seeing what he does, it's just I'm blown away like every single time.
it's so awesome. I'll tell you, the riff on "Wound Absentia."
Mm.
So badass, man. I mean, you have a way of just writing riffs that just stick in your craw, man. I that one I liked a lot.
Thank you for saying that. Yeah, I tend to like a lot of songs that where it's sort of variations on a theme. For the most part, there's there's one main riff in that entire song, and then there's that little bridge section where the guitar solo is.
Sure.
But yeah, I like songs that kind of take an idea and just put them into a different context to sort of differentiate between like a verse and a chorus. So that was my inspiration for that song. I just wanted to like get into like a pummeling type of groove and just let it marinate for a bit.
It's so cool. Let's talk about the video. Oblivion Liquor,
Uh,
man. I mean,
yeah.
what a twisted video. And again, it matches the vibe of the song. I just dig it. Who came up with that freaking idea?
Um, Sean and I met with the coin guys. They're friends of ours. Sean's worked with them a ton. Um, and I was very familiar with their work and love what they do. And we all met at a restaurant, and I was just like, I love I I love watching like documentaries and stuff about cults. I think cults and cult leaders are like really fascinating to me. For one, it's like how do you get involved with a cult? Like who's you know who's meeting Jim Jones and be like, you know what, this dude, I believe in this guy, and
Correct.
he's
Correct. I totally get that. Yeah,
you
exactly.
know
The 9 to 5 person isn't the person. It's, what mindset, what, in life made you look out and say, this is the guy.
yeah,
I get that.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
for sure. Um, so really, just really threw out a couple of key points, just saying like, I like the cult idea. And then here's like just some visually interesting ideas that we have. And then the coin guys just kind of took that and just went completely nuts. They went way above and beyond anything that I expected, man. I was,
They
yeah,
destroyed it for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
man. Like they sent the rough cut, and I just like I watched it once, and I was like, I have zero notes for this. I was like,
Make
if
your
it was
life
up,
easier.
yeah, I was like, yeah, if it was my decision, I'd say let's just put this thing out immediately. Um,
Awesome.
yeah, it's always great when there was just like a synergy between the four of us, and then uh because we all speak the same language, we have a mutual love for a lot of the same music. Obviously they are artistic people, um in front of and behind the camera. um I come from, I worked in video and film production for a while, so I speak that language a bit. Sean's got a very strong artistic sense, obviously. That's what he
Okay.
does. So, I think the four of us, um, we just meshed really, really well, and there wasn't a whole lot of back and forth. There wasn't a lot of second guessing. It was just kind of like mutual trust, like between the four of us.
And the end product is just amazing,
Yeah,
man. So
yeah,
that
I really
that
look
worked.
forward. Yeah, I look forward to doing more with them in the future for sure.
Awesome. Let's talk touring because I know that Shock Narcotic was on with Pantera and Amon Amarth, but some of them dates were cut because of Ozzy's passing. Did you
Hmm.
get to play some of them shows? I think you might have. I think the show for Hershey, PA. I'm just outside of Philadelphia, so I'm
Oh, okay.
PA.
Yeah,
I think the Hershey show did go on, didn't it?
yeah, yep. We found out about we were supposed to play four shows. We found out about two of them getting cut, um, pretty much as we were pulling into the venue
Oh,
at Hershey. Yeah, Sean took a phone call, and I couldn't hear the other end, but I could hear the tone of his voice like change significantly. And I was
Severe
like, oh man,
disappointment.
yeah, I was like, oh, this isn't good.
Yeah,
Whatever it is, it's not good. Um, but what are you gonna do?
yeah, for sure. Uh,
Ozzy's he's a legend amongst legends. Um, and once the disappointment kind of settled a bit, we all came to the realization of how many people can say that their lives were directly affected by the passing of Ozzy Osbourne. So um, it's it's everybody in the music scene owes him a debt of gratitude.
no
Um,
doubt.
and and playing those shows, um, Phil and Pantera definitely made sure that the respect was shown throughout their entire performance. Phil uh, at the beginning of the shows, he would say, I want to hear a chant of Ozzy's name like between every single song. He's like, if that happens, then I will be 100% happy.
I
Uh,
have chills, man. I was supposed to go to Homedale, which is in New Jersey, and that got pushed back to September 8th because that was, I think they were doing Hershey and then Homedale like 2 days later. So it was right during, when the funeral happened.
mm,
So that's got
yeah,
pushed back. So at least it wasn't canceled. I'll check it out September 8th. So I'm stoked to see that. But I did see a photo pop around, I don't know where it was, TikTok or Instagram with Phil live and he had a Shock Narcotic shirt on. So I thought that was pretty badass, man.
yeah, that's yeah. Um, when I when was watching him when I saw that, I instantly flashed back to being like, 10 years old, listening to Cowboys from Hell and just being like, I've never heard anything like this. And I definitely want to hear a lot more. And man, yeah, I was huge Pantera fan growing up, still am. Um, so to kind of live in that moment, it was yeah, man, you just
Yeah. You
you
don't put it into words. I
describe.
mean, come on.
I would have never thought in a million years.
It's amazing, man.
Yeah, and it's such a small gesture on his part, but at the same time, it's like an extremely huge gesture. He doesn't have to do that, but he does because
Correct.
um and it's that vibe on so many different levels. I mean, the fact that they even brought us out or any of his housecore bands out, it's his record label, it's getting exposure for his bands, but how many other bands out there with a bigger following or something like that would have loved to have taken that spot. And he's like, nope, I'm taking out my guys, and giving them the stamp of approval, and I'm gonna wear their shirt when I'm on stage.
For sure. I mean, come on, it's Philip Anselmo. He can call anybody and say, "Come on, let's go on
Exactly.
tour," and he gives it to the housecore bands. It's just incredible.
It's I think it's rare, especially somebody that's been doing it as long as he has to, you know, um, retain that that love of the music. He's still out there, like digging through the depths to find like the heaviest bands, the bands that really get him excited.
And
And
make it his own different music.
exactly, man.
I mean,
And
come on,
I love that about him, and it's
Yeah,
definitely something that I aspire to. I'm still a little kid when it comes to discovering new bands and stuff. And I don't ever see that going away for me either.
and that's what makes it interesting for sure.
Hmm.
All right. Well, the album is "My Flesh is Afraid, but I Am Not." It's out now on Housecore. Jeff, it's been so much fun, man. I really dig the album. I hope it's not 6 more years to hear the next one, dude.
Yeah, same here, man. Same here. Maybe, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe we'll go for 12 this time.
Oh, right on, man. Listen, it's been a pleasure, man. You take care of yourself, and we'll see you
Yeah,
down the road.
right on, man.
Right on, dude. Thank you.